Good morning, everybody. It's Lindsey Huddleston back in the building with another SPS Monday Motivation. Hope you had a great weekend, Super Bowl weekend. Who touched down in Vegas? I know some of you probably did, but didn't have the Lions out there, so that changed everything. Hey, Super Bowl ended up being cool after. Everybody was talking about Usher and Alicia Keys. Oh my goodness, it's entertainment. But Usher told you a long time ago, don't leave your girl around me, true player for real. Hey, and also too, Travis Kelce and Andy Reid, unacceptable. Spending my life being about coaching and helping young people. Nowhere is that acceptable, but it just shows you, one, what may be potentially a double standard, and two, when winning so-called solves everything. I wonder what kind of hit that will make on Travis Kelce's reputation. If you're asking what I'm talking about, there was an altercation and some can say, oh no, man, please don't give me that. Nowhere is that acceptable where a player running up on the coach like that, bumping them, grabbing them. Anyway, that's another conversation for another day, just highlighting things. But probably with the topic, who cares and who matters? Who cares and who matters? I spend a lot of time out and about. I get to go on college campuses and just being out and about in general. Good morning, Brother Mays. Excuse me. Brother Mays in the building. How you doing, man? Good to see you, brother. Hope all is well, man. Always good to shout out my brother Aaron Mays, man. I appreciate you and everything. All is well. What I was talking about today, Aaron, is who cares and who matters. I get a chance to go out and it's not just being on the college campus or just going to the grocery store. I see a lot of the students that I've come in contact with over years, and because of my background as a coach, being involved with sports psychology, being involved with the media, even just being in the schools as a behavior specialist, there's a plethora of young people, male and female, that I just have relationships with. And when I see them, oftentimes there's a natural checkup, how you doing, to encourage them. They should all know that I'm never here to judge what's going on or what's happening. Got Mo Christian in the building. Good morning, Monique. How are you? Thank you for checking in. Just talking about who cares and who matters. And this isn't for anyone in particular, but it really touched my heart in a way. Like I said, everything comes from either my personal experience or from the headlines. In this case, when I see young people who are going through the transition of life, just coming out of high school, transitioning through college, or were high school athletes, male and female, and then you get to that bridge to decide what steps you're going to take going forward. College sports is not for everyone. It's for a very small few. And what we realize is sometimes with whatever high school you're at, the accolades you may get, the things you have going on, people are encouraged, man, you want to go D1, male and female. That's a different kind of monster. And sometimes your physical attributes, your size, your abilities will dictate what's going to happen. It has nothing to do with what you desire, what you want to be. Hey, I take it all the way back to high school when when I met Mo Christian, when she was at Renaissance, I was at Henry Ford. My goal was to be a college athlete. I remember that one camp I went to. I went to a camp in Eastern Michigan, did really well. Had a lot of Division III colleges at the time checking me out. I think I was a sophomore or a junior at the time. So the opportunity was there, but I made some personal mistakes in my life where my mother didn't allow me to go back another year. So that kind of derailed that. Thank you, Mom. But here's my point. Who cares and who matters? You cannot get caught up in what people say about you and your life. According to an article by Tom Ferry, CEO of Your Coach, the need for approval has been conditioned within us since birth. We always want people to approve what's happening in our life. We want to be able to have a good story. You said the days, right, Ma? I took it back, right? Cross country at River Rouge and short shorts and that cold weather. And I'm talking about, Mo, how we look at our life with what's happening with us as far as the things that take place and what we feel should happen. There was a great article I was able to pull up. Why do I care so much about what other people think? And there's something to that. That was by Dr. Kyler Shumway, President and Chief Financial Officer of Deep Eddy Therapy. And I think it's worth noting, even as adults we deal with. They got Tino in the building. He says, good morning, Lindsey Huddleston. Good topic. Yeah, we're going to talk about it today. We're going to talk about it. We'll take some time and talk about it. I think it's important because I see the young people that I know, even the adults that I know, and I worry because in so many cases, we get so caught up with what other people think. So I got to go back to this. Who cares? Now, easier said than done. I'm going to give you some information on why that's important. Excuse me. Let me not jump. Another thing is that the number one reason is it's in our genes. genetically we have this experience when it comes down to this. Tamara Hunt Williams, good morning. Shout out to the Williams family. Intrinsic motivation. There we go. Does it depend on who influenced you? Yes. Well, we're talking about the genes, and we're going to talk about nature and nurture. I got all my folks chiming in when we talk about that. We talk about when it comes to who cares. Humans are relationally orientated creatures, hardwired for a connection. That's kind of what you're saying, Tamara. Hardwired. That's intrinsic motivation that kind of comes from within. We want to be connected with people. We want to feel connected with what's going on and how that goes. The only thing that matters is what we do now. And we've been doing this since birth, since we've been little. It's all about, I want to be involved with your play group. We learn to care during childhood. Early on, we don't want to be involved. We don't want to be the kid that's left out, Also, too, we learn that it feels wonderful to be liked and invited to play. We learn that it really hurts when rejected, excluded. That's even now. So talk about the young people that I know who may have had very exciting high school careers in their particular sport. And then it comes to that reality where they don't get the next step to go to college and play sports. But what happens is so many people, not everybody, come and say, oh, what happened, man? I thought you was doing this. I thought you was doing that. And it really hurt my heart when I saw one of my young people that I really care a lot about, like I care about all my folks, and they just talked about how it affected them to the point where they didn't even want to come outside and deal with people. Now, one can argue, oh, they should just get over that. No. We're talking about their life experience and what they're happening with them. But that's the society we live in, where we can spend so much time saying, why aren't you where you are? Now, here's what I say. The ones who care, how should I put this? I want to put this right. Those who care don't matter. And those who matter don't care. Meaning people who care about why you not doing such and such, they don't really matter. Because people who really care about it say, look, man, I'm here for you. Young lady, oh, sweetheart, I got nothing but love for you. Because that's how life is. Going back to my college days, Mo knew this well. Mo went to Spelman. My freshman year, I went to Morehouse. Couldn't tell me nothing. And it just became a financial burden. It was just so expensive to go. That was a hard reality. The socioeconomics of my life just came around. And I thank my mother for getting me down to Morehouse. But when I had to leave after my freshman year, I was heartbroken. I was devastated. But in that early part of life, those life experiences come back and teach us so much, because later in life, when things happen later in my life, I thought back to those experiences. Now, you don't want to think about that when you're going through it as a 17, 18-year-old right now. But we know this is what sets you up. Why am I wearing USA basketball today? And why am I going to have on my New York Knicks hoodie when I go over with Ethan Boyd and we go over to East Lansing and watch one of the basketball games? Because just as I started out saying, hey, I wanted to play pro basketball. I wanted to go to college and play basketball. Now my life involves these experiences. You got to realize that it may not happen the way you think, but doesn't mean it's not going to happen the way it's supposed to happen. I think it's very important for us to understand that, because, again, caring about what others think is an adaptive mindset. What becomes hurtful is when we make changes to ourselves solely based on what others want. Here's the thing. People who are really down for you don't care. They just want to know that you're happy, you're healthy, you're handling your business. So if you were expected to be a college athlete, for example, and now you're just on campus as a college student, I'm just as proud of you. I'm just as proud of you to navigate college and go through this opportunity and this experience. I'm just as proud of you because I know what that's going to bring for you. That doesn't mean you got to be done with the sport, that you can't get involved with coaching. Hell, we got NIL popping off in a major way. You can't get involved with sports psychology. You can't get involved with sports media. I've been able to touch so many different facets of athletics, professionally and amateurly, even on a high amateur level with college basketball, more than I would have just being a player. And I just want you to know that's just one facet of it, and we got to keep that in mind. So what are a few things that we can take away from this? One, choose who to give the power to. Do you want to empower those who judge you, or do you want to empower yourself? See, we give too much power to people that don't matter. What you doing now? What's going on? What, you know, my homie said, I always quote his name, Vernon Richard, my homeboy, shout out to Juice Nation, say, man, people ask what you do just to determine how much respect they want to give you. There's a judgmental aspect. A lot of it is reflective on them, too. They want to ask, okay, what Lindsay doing now? Because they want to kind of judge themselves. It's not this competitive spirit, because if they're really down for you, hey, man, what's going on? Well, that's great. Keep it up. Hey, man, whatever it is you're doing, man, because that is life. And we got to understand that our story isn't always written when we're 17 and 18 years old. There's a whole long life to give, and let's be grateful that you got a life to live to better have these different experiences. And I tell you what, it's going to be for you to help others, because so many of my life experience that allowed me to navigate the world, I'm able to give to my daughter now. soon to be 12 years old. She understands that. Also, don't let social anxiety mammoth rule over your life. Think about your life and the lives of others in the context of the universe. It's a big universe out here with a lot of love for you, a lot of opportunity. Don't get so caught up with just your circle. Referring to the people you went to high school with or college with who go judge you, your fraternity, your sorority, your social group, your church, whatever it may be, or even your family. What you doing now? Life is about learning, experiences. Things don't always happen the way you want, and you want to better be good and move on. And lastly, work with an excellent therapist. Get some support. Therapists are experts at this kind of thing. I've had people that I've worked with, and I've also worked with people myself. And I'm not out here promoting myself, but I'm saying find somebody who's a good fit for you. Go talk to somebody, because it's really hard when you don't have the ability to respond to what these triggers are. When people come to you, hey, what's going on? And you may feel triggered or got that anxiety, or one of my loved ones, feel they don't even want to see people because of their popularity, or at least within their social experience, their popularity. They don't want to have to respond to people because the people they're dealing with probably don't even have the maturity to see the benefit of what's going on with them in their life. I just want you guys to think about that. Who cares and who matters? Because if they really care, it don't matter. They just want you to do well. They want you to be okay. Run your own race. Who cares what others are doing? The only question that matters is I am progressing. If you didn't go play college sports, but you a college athlete, that's progress in a major way. You got to look at it like that. And I know it may not be fulfilling for you to hear right now because you had a dream, you had a goal, but life changes things. But it's all about staying up and staying on top and being able to get up. I made a choice this morning when I got up. I made a choice to be positive. I made a choice to have a positive outlook. I made a choice to not be held hostage of the things that I want. Again, I repeat that. I made a choice not to be held hostage of the things that I want. So many things that we want. And I'm not saying you should not want those things, should not aspire to have it. But we become held hostage by the fact whether we're going to get it or not. And that shouldn't determine whether your happiness will come. Because happiness needs to be the fact that I can talk to you today. I feel good. I feel healthy. I got my daughter I look forward to. I got my mom. I got my dad. I got my loved ones. All these things. And so many of you guys got so many things you can run off in your life that you can speak of. Last thing I want to share is approval from others gives us a higher sense of self-esteem. We're convinced that their recognition matters to our self-worth and how deeply we value ourselves. Be careful with that. Be careful with needing self-approval from others. Be careful with needing somebody else to validate you. I know what happens. It's human nature. And I'm not saying it's easy. And I say this with a mental health background, a PhD candidate in psychology, all these things. But I'm just telling you, I don't want you to be stuck and feel that things are failure for you. And life isn't right or wrong. We got bumps and bruises. I never would have thought I would be on stage with USA Basketball and them flying me around the country. I never would have thought the New York Knicks front office would be flying me out, and I'll be, shout out to my guy, Rod Williams, the head of security. Shout out to World Wide West. You hear Drake Rackball. That's my guy. Stayed at his crib, posted up with them. New York Knicks was in the owner's box eating chicken and waffles, and Dolan's owner's box was with, Leon Rose sitting on the floor seats. All that whole experience. The last thing I gotta say, when I pulled up with Wes, when we pulled up in the caddy, in the limo, in the Escalade rather, and going up into Madison Square Garden, the greatest arena in the world. I mean, come on now. I'm not playing in the NBA, but I got the whole behind the scenes treatment. It was a great experience. But I'm just saying, this is what my life path has been. And it could be like that for you, even if it feels it doesn't start that way going forward. I got DB in the building. Dale Beard, what's up, my man? Good hearing from you. Good hearing from you, too. Y'all over there rocking that Sexton, man. Sexton is really doing good. Got one of the best records in years, man. We'll get out there to support you guys. But, hey, what else can I say, man? Who cares and who matters? If they really care, it don't matter. And if they really matter, don't even care about it, because the people that are in your corner go be in your corner, and that's going to be a smaller group than all these numbers out here. I want you to feel good about yourself. I want you to feel good about your life. I want to feel good about your direction. If you get knocked down, just get up and keep pushing. I got nothing but love for you. Thanks for supporting SPS. Hey, there's going to be interviews popping up shortly this morning with Jalen Thompson of Cass Tech, now at Michigan State. We had a great time over at Veghead. Hey, it's been a great experience on the the SPS Ed Show with Ethan Boyd. We're having a good time. So I'm going to let today wrap with this, and I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for all the support, number love. Who cares and who matters? Keep it going. Peace.